Hello everybody! Welcome, thank you very much, and sorry for the delay there. Just getting the last few things set up. But thank you. I hope you're enjoying the Canto so far. Part 2. Let's see. Hi Hydra Fighter, hi Levitine, hi Halem. One thing I was getting ready is I actually have updated tracking a little bit, and I think you can, at least I feel like I can notice it. I do feel like everything's a bit more sensitive and bouncy. So let's see how this goes. Let's see. Hi Gig, hi Smoky Meadows, hi Kadia, hi Com Stranger, hi Pills. Techno Critter, I hope I keep getting the sliced tongue CG. That's not one that I would want. That's not one what I would want. The funniest is still in the Christmas event for me when I was doing the Bokgak Don Quixote saying I came up with an ingenious plan, and then it cuts and the loading screen as Papa Quixote dying. I think that's still one of like my best moments. Best LP funsies, we would say. Hi kids, welcome. So we have a few things to go over here, and one thing I wanted to say is this might be a shorter stream just cause I've had a very long day. And I don't think I can. Thank you, Faust. And I know sometimes, as much as I want to play, I know it won't be as strong of a streamer when I'm this overtired. But let's just see. I do think I want to tap out before any big bosses, for instance. But one thing I wanted to take a look at, some of this stuff. Yeah. Interesting. So if you didn't notice or weren't on social media, let's keep going. Yeah, but it's still using the other one. Hi Zilla. If you weren't on social media or didn't notice, a bit of discussion was had, and I really like this because it took a few days to happen, and I love that stuff. I love sort of like post-game theory, I guess, when it takes a little bit of time for stuff to be discovered. It was so cool if you were like online at the time when I guess the Snowgrave route was being discovered in Deltarune, because it was still sort of, when I started to see it, it was still sort of being figured out, and it was basically just this Google Doc with unverified information. So here, what it turned out is if you went into the theater, some of the CGs, including this one, were different. Oh, wait. I don't want to see those. What? Are they normally there? Are we normally meant to be able to see all these in the theater beforehand? Because I don't normally check this. But including this CG, if you saw it in the theater, it was different. In this one, like, her blade was missing, just like here, it was this. Are you able to click on 19? I'm scared. I don't want to. Oh, that one's fine. Do people know? I don't feel like you're meant to see that. Pre-battle, episode 24. Why are they... Anyway, let's not look at those. But one of the... Going back to what I was saying, one of the CGs, it was this one. There was nothing in Ryoshu's hand. For the Alyssa CG, one of her, I guess, pigtails was undone. This one was undone. Ishmael's expression was a little different. So, that is weird. I'm not gonna go investigate that anymore. Moving on. And so a lot of people were like, this is kind of like the Rashomon effect. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is what I've been waiting for. This is such a... And we know they sort of do meta stuff, because if we go into the theater, our memories are different. And I thought that was very cool. And it was interesting for ones like this, because the narration actually says she's holding something invisible, which I sort of took as a... Even though she was physically holding one of these things, it's still sort of being a metaphor for trying to remember something that wasn't there, that she couldn't quite remember. So even though I noted that, like, same with this, where they talk about the blade being pure white, and now you don't see anything there. And then, so I was very excited about this, because it's the one thing I really wanted, is to have some sort of inclusion of E.G.O, Rashomon, the objectivity of truth. And then they mentioned in the patch notes that they would be addressing that the CGs are different. And the addressing is interesting because it's not... They don't say fixed. They don't say fixed. So I don't know, maybe... I don't know if this is a bug, I'm not touching it. Well, I guess I know that's as far as we're going. Helps me plan better. That's very odd, though. Well, maybe I can serve as a warning. At least what I clicked on didn't seem that important. Oh yeah, this is the CG I was talking about that I ended up. So progress 100%. Well, let me just peek and drive, because there's still something else I want to do. The unsevering. Now it is this thing. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Everyone's gonna be playing Spot the Difference. The other one that I actually... To me, it felt like it could be intentional, and I don't think it appears in the theater there, is the one where it's Hohenheim looking at the pile of like corpses, the sculpture, and it doesn't look like he's wearing the E.G.O suit. And I really like that one, because that feels intentional if that was a difference, because the player as well, like me, is focusing, although there's me who's trying not to focus on that, but your eyes are automatically drawn to the art, the sculpture piece, so you wouldn't necessarily notice these details, like Hohenheim, who has a very distinctive silhouette with the centipede E.G.O and the big sort of like shoulder parts. It is interesting that our sinners are broken up into groups, because that also, Dante at least can't see what the others are doing, and there is sort of room for like not this different testimony, because we're all seeing different things, but now I don't know what's happening. Normally at this, before we start, I like to review the new unit, but given all everything that was going on with like censoring information, I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna stay away from that for the moment. Instead, what we will take a look at the new E.G.O. I'll try to do a 10 pool. I'm waiting until we get the, where is it, like 100? I'm just gonna wait one more week until I get the guaranteed ticket and see what I get from that, and then shard the other stuff probably. I think that's the safest way to do it. Yeah, 100. Because I did end up, because I really want Otis and everything, and everybody. I did throw up like one of my guaranteed 10 pulls, but those never give me anything at this point. The pool is so flooded. Hi, Simon. Let's take a look.
나는 분명 가위를 내겠다고 했을 텐데.
And it's Zion. It feels when the Odyssey had a purpose. It's like one of the most iconic lines, particularly if you were there at the beginning. I feel like, I mean, that's why I like the meme subreddit is called The Odyssey Had a Purpose or something. 'Cause it was iconic and it was probably one of the most powerful E.G.O at the time. Ledger Domain was, I think, the most powerful besides Fluid Sack. It was all reliable. It feels wrong to replace it, like replacing Chains of Others.
잠깐, 정지. 너 기념품을 두고 갔잖아. 거기 그대로 있어. 견학 기념품을 집어넣어 줄 테니까.
And you're a Tet. Let's take a look-see. Red coin. Yeah, we can look at 3 and 4. I'll go for scissors. Okay, attack weight from the start. Unopposed attacks does not activate the skills on hit without cracking. Okay, pretty cheap, honestly. And it costs 15. Clash Wind. Consume Envy E.G.O resources by Envy Resonance, and for every... Okay, definitely for Envy teams. Every Envy E.G.O resource consumed, gain 1 E.G.O resource... Oh! I mean, that's quite nice for Envy teams. That's very nice. Max consumable Envy resources, 6. What does Otis have for like an Envy res team though? Clash lose, final power -4 and gain shield equal to Envy resonance times 5. I fell.
잡스러운 맛이 올라오는 것을 방치하는 것과 마찬가지입니다. 지양하는 걸
Oh,
추천드립니다.
nails. Not a whole lot. On hit without cracking, heal to allies. Always like seeing more healing stuff. Heal to allies with the lowest HP percentage by 10% their max HP once per skill. Ignores allies without Envy affinity base attack skills when choosing targets for healing. Curse, 1 nails, 2 needle, unique bleed. When taking Envy damage, gain +1 bleed count and reduce this effect stack by 1. Gain 1 bleed. Okay. Envy bleed, we see. Taking Middle Otis foreshadowing. I mean, Envy's works with bleed generally. Targets randomly, indiscriminate, found power +1 for every 2 Envy resonance. Attack weight +1 for every 2 Envy resonance. Gain shield equal to Envy resonance times 5, max 30. Needle, curse, nails. 3 needle, 2 curse, nails. Passive. On Clash 1, deal 4 Envy damage. At less than 33% HP, or if the target has less than... If the target has less than 33% HP, inflict 1 power down next turn. Quite nice. This path... Okay, does not stack. That does feel like foreshadowing for a middle Otis. We'll look at Heath in a second. I just wanna... Like... Envy is second most populous. Yeah, not particularly for La Mancha land. I guess there's Merceau skill 1. Interesting. Now let's look at... Oh yeah. Heath, because there's gonna be some competition for this, I think. KQE. Oh, that looks cool. With the, like, big claws there. Oh, I want to see the animations. And the corrosion animations. Claim power +1 for every 6 burn on... Okay, burn. Gain plus highest resonance +1 charge count, max 7. 4 plus Envy resonance, gain 7 charge count instead. Consume all charge count on self. Deal +3 damage for every charge consumed, max 45. So you don't... need charge because it will just consume it from here. 5 plus charge, base power plus 1, but you get like bonuses for it. Burn, burn. And we are on 4, not red coins. Burn, burn, bind. Resident microchip. Is the registration? Resident registration microchip. Max stack 2. Take 10% damage from Wrath and Envy. Flash lose, gain 1 burn, 3 times per turn. Turn in, lose 1 stack. I mean, you can't go wrong on like a burn heath. Prioritize target most HP. That's nice. For bosses and such. Coin pair plus 1 for every 6 burn on the target. At less than 10 charge count, take 10% HP. Gain. Okay, that could have some synergy with Yo Heathcliff. Gain highest resident charge count, charge, lots of charge, consume all charge, deal plus 3% damage for every charge count consumed. Burn, burn. But if it already has it, so if you're using this again, I suppose. 20% damage, bind, charge, charge. On hit with skills apply burn, potency, or unique burn, or on hit with envy skills inflict additional burn potency on target by half of the skill's total coins. Interesting. I mean, we have a little bit of... Excuse me. I mean, that can do some work with Heathcliff. I mean, what's your competition? ADD, fell bullet. Not a whole lot. I mean, I still feel like for pure charge, ADD is really nice. But for burn, I mean, there's not a whole lot of competition. Before I level these and then for like... So again, I'm trying to think of like what teams I'm going to be using immediately. Okay, we can do it. At least go to 3 for now. And then for like, I don't know for burn though. And why did I take you off magic bullet? I don't know what I was planning there. But I'm super excited that for the Dawn, whatever she does, I'm curious. Can you tell me in like a word or two if you think she's good? Cause I don't want to go look at the kit yet, unless the kit is censored, but I want to avoid that until we see whatever happens in the story. I feel like if I had an identity, it would be Sinking Poise. I mean, I guess it makes sense for the index, because they're like white and blue. It was an experience watching that trailer. I think that might be one of the foolish trailers they've done. I was actually hoping that the kit would be censored as well, with the kit reveal. As much as I wanted to see what it did, but that's so... What a cool... And I like that she has a pager. I like that sort of thing that you have in the city where technology can be a bit anachronistic. I mean, do people still use pagers? Do people ever use pagers? I don't know.
저희는
But yeah, let's just open these for fun. Here's the pages of Yakuza. Oh, okay. There's my 4 Dawn shards. But for the last part, I think we'll definitely... but still using syncing. Okay, so we're gonna jump in. Interestingly, we're jumping to a recording camera. I'm moving through the thread. Like, the map goes pretty deep. I don't know if we're gonna be getting deeper. I have to... I'm so excited. There's something about part 2s. They always go in some... They always get something bonkers. Doctors still use pagers. Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense. I feel like it's just something I very much associate with the olden days, medieval times. But yeah, part 2s, because I was thinking back, part 2s always have such an incredible, like... Second half of part 2. I was thinking, okay, so for like Canto 4, you know, Donback. Canto 5, you go Ricardo into going after the whale and the whole final scene. Oarsmen! Still one of the coolest scenes in the game, I think. Just incredible performance work. That's 5. 6! 6 might still be my favorite. Oh, see you later, Pills. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you enjoy it. Canto 6, you have Distorted Heath, which I think is probably my favorite of the second half of the end parts. It's just such a well-executed, written, acted scene. Canto 7, you got the reveal. Canto 8, you had all of Dachu ore farming. Anyway, let's jump in.
그게 아니라니까. 그렇게 줄이는 거 아니라고.
Hello.
아니. 그런 게 아니라고, 엄마. 나 하는 거 보고 잘 따라해봐.
Mommy.
이제 진짜 알겠지? 앞으로 까먹으면 안 돼.
Don't forget.
안타까운 일이구나. 그토록 예리하고 예리하게 벼린 칼로 베어낸 게 고작 자신의 머릿속이라니.
이 새끼 아직 그 집에 있자네. 아니?
Somehow, Lei Hung returned.
그래서 나는 선을 긋는 법 대신 선을 잇는 법을 배웠지. 지금은 실타래의 바깥에서 네가 놓친 순간들을 보고 있어. 끝이 시작을 스칠 때 나는 너를 안고 집으로 갈 거야.
Shu. Real Shu, are you alright? Maybe?
그래.
I'm fine. Ryoshu closed her eyes shut, then opened them again. Some time ago, at the laboratory,
아비들은 왜 너희 같은 것들을 만들었지? 나 하나도 감당하기 힘들다고 불평했던 자들이 왜 하수인들을?
자식,
children,
우리는 자식이라 불리옵니다.
그 자식이라는 것의 역할은 무엇이지?
요시히데, 그대가 다시 거미집에 돌아오게 될 날,
I wonder for the seasonal highlight ID she'll have faction just the children, and maybe she maybe the idea will be like parent of all of them, and they'll all get buffs.
저희 5 자식은 당신이 난도질한 끈을
Yeah, it all really feels like the whole plan is to get her to remember something.
하나로 엮어 실타래를 완성할 것이옵니다. 거미집의 아버지들은 염려하셨습니다. 요시히데. 거미집에 돌아온 그대가 아비들과 보낸 시간까지 놓쳐버린 상태라면 그간 그대를 키우고 벼려낸 세월이 아까울 거라 하였죠.
고작 그런 역할이나 시키면서 자식이란 단어로 부르나.
호칭이 어떻든 관계는 달라지지 않사옵니다.
아니, 울림이 다르다.
E.G.O.
자식이라는 건 더 질기고 끈끈하지. 내가 이 검으로 머릿속을 난장판이 될 정도로 베어냈어도 한 가닥만큼은 남아있는 것처럼.
하오나, 주인님이 제게 전해주시길 지난 세월간 그대를 충분히 보듬었다.
그자가 나를?
I'm so curious about her name.
요시히데, 족쇄로 사는 기분은 어떠니?
Tiny.
나는 바깥의 선선한 공기를 마음껏 마시지도 못하고
Oh my goodness. Can we see? So small. They're very good at like making tiny designs. But like not the squash Sichun, the really cute baby one.
다른 소지들처럼 산과 암벽을 발길 닿는 대로 자유롭게 걸어갈 수도 없으며 내키는 대로 날개와 뒷골목 사이를 누비지도 못하게 되었구나.
무슨 뜻인지 모르겠어요.
모르겠니? 고작 여기서 네 아비로 지내자고 내가 악착같이 살아온 것이 아니라는 뜻이란 걸. 응? 요시히데, 어떻게 생각하니? 뚝 그치거라. 뭘 잘했다 우는 건지. 울고 싶은 것은 언제나 나였건만 너를 떠맡게 된 이후로 하루도 울고 싶지 않았던 날이 없었구나.
Is she crying in that sprite? No.
내 앞에서 칭얼거리지 말거라. 더럽게 훌쩍거리긴. 불쾌하구나. 그건 네가 느리고 우둔한 탓인데. 다음에는 똑바로 보고 피하렴. 차라리 그 다리 한쪽이 날아가 봤으면. 그래야 너도 내 심정을 손톱만큼이라도 이해할 것을.
그자야말로 날 제일 증오했어.
I pinned in the chat an Akutagawa line that just felt like it summed up a lot of his approach to family and relationships and parent and children particularly.
자신의 결말을 나의 탓으로 돌렸지.
하지만 요시히데, 그 덕으로 인해
You're back in the suit.
그대가 소생과 저치의 검을 막아낼 수 있을 정도의 실력을 갖추게 된 것 아니옵니까?
The man blocked the ring apprentice's blow as though it were a performance meant for Ryoshu.
요슈, 무거운 인연이 있는 건 알겠지만 이건 기회야. 저것들끼리 치고받고 할 때 여기서 철수하자고. 황금 가지를 가져간 그저를 쫓아야지. 응?
어디로 갔는지는 알 수 없었어. 하나 지금이 여기서 다른 박질할 찬스임은 틀림없구려.
We made our escape through another route, while the ring and the Pinky Apprentice were busy fighting each other.
그건 소잡이라는 자의 기술이었나?
그래. 도련해졌던 기억 중 하나였지만 맞붙어 보니 알겠더군.
Oh. Yeah, it's the plan.
아비들은 내가 자신들의 모든 기술을 남김없이 흡수하기를 바랐지. 소짓죠. 놈도 날 증오한 것과는 별개로 자신의 기술을 내게 습득시켰다. 더 많은 사람을 더 빠르게 처리할 수 있도록 이겠지. 그러니 저들에겐 뼈아픈 실책일 수밖에. 내가 거미줄을 나오면서 그들이 기껏 만들어 놓았던 보람이 날아갔으니.
뭐 세상에 내증이라는 형태가 생각보다도 많은 것 같아.
I would be interested. Gregor's one of the other characters who has a relationship as a parent who's a very important part of the plot, and a mother, to be specific.
기억은 그대가 직접 도려낸 것이오.
그래, 내 손으로.
Well, there's the blade again. I was reminded of the expression I saw on Ryoshu's face in one of her memory fragments. Can we see it? When she sliced off the pinky in her father's tongue. When she drove the blade she never unsheathed before us into that woman's mouth. I wonder if the unsheathing is the way of like the final memory to be returned. That's what will give it, or something about sheathing it is what keeps them hidden. What I saw in Ryoshu was the expression of suffering.
이 검을 뽑아 무언가를 팰 때마다 같이 베어진다. 내 머릿속도.
Or the complete opposite of what I just said?
그래서 나는 이 검을 휘두르고 싶지 않았어.
I mean, knowing who's next in line, we still have some other issues to sift through. Indeed.
하지만 검을 뽑지 않았다면 나는 그자들에게 영영 빼앗기고 말았겠지.
Taken her away from me. The one last thing Ryoshu didn't want to let go. The word that came out of Lei Hung's mouth the moment he saw her. Your baby. I think this is the... Yeah, I think that, I mean, it was a daughter in the original story, clearly, but they hadn't used pronouns for quite a while, so I think this is the confirmation, isn't it? Your baby. It was for her that Ryoshu sliced off both her own memories and the Pinky Nurse father's tongue.
내 피가 섞였고 내가 기른 내 딸이다.
Lei Hung said she's still there, in the House of Spiders.
그래, 나만이 알고 아무도 찾을 수 없는 금고 안에 있다.
In a safe. What was your daughter to you?
이제 와서 못할 말도 아니겠지.
Will we get a name?
단 하나뿐인 소중한 존재. 그것뿐이다. 내가 가진 것.
Even without her memories, Ryoshu spoke without any doubt. I caught myself thinking how nice it must be to have such certainty. I see. As long as we can stick to this path, we'll all eventually find the things we lost.
그렇겠지. 알고 있다.
Come on, let's go after them. With the elevator still busted, they can't have escaped to a different floor just yet. The golden bough. It's faint, but I can still sense its presence. There's still the pink ribbons here. Children too. Okay, more. Yoshihide Jr. I don't know, I wonder if anybody knows. I think the fandom has really... So the daughter is not given a name in the original story. I believe one of the adaptations, maybe it was like a play version, gave her the name Yuzuki, and a lot of, I guess I can see the English-speaking fandom has rather adopted that. I don't know if like the other language fandoms have as well. But I'm curious what they'll go for. If I guess like maybe even the daughter's name is missing at this point. And one thing, there's a couple things I feel like sometimes I want to say and then I forget in between. Oh, Fahrenheit, thank you! I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. One of the things I've sort of been wondering if it's gonna happen is we have this whole concept of flow, and I wondered if it would happen because we've sort of seen with each increasing Canto, Dante gaining confidence, Dante making the exact, like, saying the exact correct thing in the situation. I've been waiting for Dante to like make a mistake and like do what they think is the correct thing and like actually make a sinner worse. Now I don't know if the flow would even allow that. I think that would be an interesting character thing, but then there's like, given what we know about Dante, would that maybe the flow would lead them to making the incorrect choice at a certain point, and like something they would do like the past them would do, for instance. I've just been musing about it. I actually thought it might happen with like Don Quixote when I was speculating, like either feeding too much into her beliefs or like rejecting them in some way, and either way would just be like the wrong choice for the development here. I've just been wondering. I guess we can... This is what I was using and it was working, so why not?
불꽃을 벼리겠소.
Yeah, we might be stuck with the CG for a little bit. We have the one with the kid? Okay, jumping... Not much HP. Just the baby ones. We're gonna become Fire Fist. Just wanna jump in. Oh, and we mutilated memory. House of Spider enemies when staggered. Yeah, okay. Just reminding myself. I was watching some clears of like the boss from the last time. And I was trying to be very careful, you know, with the mechanic. But it was interesting. It did seem like it might not... Oh. Sure. I saw people just like throwing themselves headfirst into the fights and not offsetting, and even in the turn, right? It seems like you're not meant to attack. Just like attacking into and refine. I think I was being overly cautious.
사정없이 몰아칠 테니.
Gee, how much is that? 76. Get our SP up. I don't think we could probably win rate this.
기껏 흩어져 찻짐 사정없이
Oh, I
몰아칠
saw
테니.
when it resets due to Ebony Queen. Oh, that's not. Oh, good point. That's not a fight I was watching. Is it not reading or just underestimating?
이것밖에 못하니 그렇게 서 있으니 떨어질 수밖에. 불타버렸나?
기껏 사정없이 몰아칠 테니. 회풍.
Just opening and drinking my drink. I wanna use this properly this time. That will be a goal. Oh, I've seen this one followed by all to the apple.
닭봉창.
I mean, I could see doing it. When it's something you've seen before, particularly in like Mirror Dungeon, it's hard for me not to. When I'm doing the block axe as well, I'm like, okay, I need to read the new stuff, and then I just end up auto-battling. Or autopiloting, not pressing win rate, but... I think I did that to Cassetti. I was like, I'm gonna read the things.
나를 계속 고용해라. 봉헌의 여러 협객 중
New
내가
hires.
별나게 보일 수 있겠지. 하지만 그 후엔 흑수들보다도 뛰어나다는 걸 알게 될 거다.
Thanks, Ryoshu.
그때는 너와 나의 목적이 이루어진 후다.
I see. I think I actually said it with Cassetti. Oh, I need to read his skills, and then... Because you have the whole first phase, and then just forgot. There, that's a CG I'd like. Hello, Christian. We continued toward the corridor full of corpses and debris.
차라리 알리사 씨처럼 의식이 있는 사람이라도 발견되면 좋을 텐데.
I hope she survives.
아저씨,
Oh?
방금 제 손바닥 밟았잖아요.
아이고 미안합니다. 가 아니고 생존자였나 지금?
Everyone turned around, hearing the alarm in Gregor's voice. Oh. Now that's a design. Wait. You have the... Huh. A lone survivor, the only one who seemed conscious among the bodies crushed under the debris, was looking up at us with her face scrunched up in pain. I think I have more questions now. I guess you could just... pick up an E.G.O suit. Is that KQE? What are the teeth?
괜찮은 것이요.
아니요. 아파요. 한참 동안 이러고 있었는데 지나가는 사람도 없었고.
I do love a round pair of glasses.
제 옆에 같이 깔린 분이랑 서로 이야기하면서 버티고 있었는데 갑자기 10분 전부터 아무런 말도 안 하는 거 있죠? 서로 이름도 알려줬는데.
Wayward passenger, yes, duh. I was thinking of the viscera, but wayward passenger I think works better, especially with like the pants. Yeah, but the armband says LCA, and you have the these are the LCA, the LC text boxes. You're yellow, or LCB. That looks like LCB.
이자를 말하는 건가?
Or A? Can't tell.
의도적으로 죽은 척하고 있지만 여전히
어?
맥이 뛰고 있는 상태군.
We have someone else.
네?
The man in the suit stopped playing dead and slowly opened his eyes. Hello.
눈치채셨군요.
It looks like a bee to me. What a difference in designs.
아무래도 이런 상황에서 밖에 나가면 가장 먼저 뭘 먹을지 도란도란 이야기를 나누는 건
I just have more questions. I think it's it or E.
너무 죽을 사람 같지 않습니까?
I mean, the stripes are like Dante's stripes. I mean, you know what happens to characters say once we survive this.
그래도 저는 밖에 나가면 아몬드를 뿌린 바닐라 아이스크림이랑 치즈가 들어간 샌드위치를 먹고 싶어요. 라비 씨는요?
Hi, Robbie.
꺼내줄까?
부탁 좀 드릴 수 있겠습니까?
Let's just get them out. With the sinners' help, the two employees who had been trapped under the rubble managed to break themselves free.
왼쪽 다리 말고는 이상 없군요.
오른쪽 팔이 부러진 것 같긴 한데 이 정도는 아몬드랑 생선을 많이 먹으면 며칠 만에 금방 붙을 거예요. 꼭 꺼내주셔서 감사합니다. 저는 소라라고 해요.
Or, yeah, okay, yeah, LCE research team. I mean, it was the colors for LCE, but I can never be sure.
덕분에 살았습니다. 라비라고 부르시면 됩니다.
You're still question mark.
그런데 혹시 어느 부서 분이신지?
혹시 예전에 우리 본 적 없어? 왜 저번에 그 단체로 여기서 검진도 받고 갔었는데.
Oh, Gregor, didn't you see the chapter name? They're new hires.
저희는 오늘 입사한 신입사원입니다.
Your first day, just another day at work.
신입?
You got an E.G.O suit already.
예, 최근 엔케팔린 정제부서에 채용 일정이 있었어서요. 오늘이 채용된 인원들이 처음 출근하는 날이었습니다. 인수인계해줄 LC 연구원분을 찾아가는 사이에 이런 꼴이 되었지만 말입니다.
이 장비는 오늘 처음 입어봤는데 볼수록 흥미로운 것 같아요.
How did you get trapped under the debris?
자네에는 어쩌다 깔린 것이요?
Thank you?
그게요. 복도를 걷고 있다가 잠깐 걸음을 멈추고 서 있었어요. 제가 원래 그래요. 궁금한 게 생기면 다른 일을 못하고 계속 골몰하거든요.
Very important task for being a streamer.
E.G.O. 연구자란 대체로 떠오른 번뜩임에 골몰하기 마련일 테니.
That is also true.
에고 장비에 대해 실험하고 싶은 게 떠올랐는데 이 영감을 당장 해소하지 않고서는 도저히 다음 할 일을 못 하겠더라고요.
Yeah, I have that with like programming, particularly when I get stuck on a problem or I just really want to like I don't want to go to bed. I need to finish. I need to get it out. I don't want to sleep before getting it all down and making sure it works and like losing it, you know?
E.G.O 장비. 손목에 찬 그 족쇄를 말하는 것이요.
Yeah.
맞아요. 조금 불편하긴 해도 하나뿐인 저만의 에고예요.
푸념이 길군. 다음에 일어난 일부터 설명해라.
죄송해요. 그게 갑자기 복도 끝에서부터 큰 소리가 들리고 사람들이 도망치더라고요. 그때 천장이 내려앉았어요. 제가 딴 생각에 빠져있지만 않았어도 깔릴 일은 없었을 텐데.
I don't know. Depending who's been here, maybe playing dead would have been for the best.
뭐, 다행이라고 할지는 모르겠지만 깔리지 않았다면 생존 확률은 드물었을 수도 있어. 침입자들도 습격해서 적지 않은 인원들이 죽었거든.
네? 그 사이에 그런 일이...
Look at those eyes.
유감이라는 말밖에는 해줄 수 있는 것이 없구려.
혹시 더 발견된 생존자는 있습니까?
20 남짓 있어. 다행히 팀장을 포함하여 남은 인원들이 모여 있었지.
다행이군요.
그대는 괜찮은 것이오. 막 입사한 회사에서 이런 일이 벌어졌는데 제법 강건하구려.
Yeah, where were you before?
이런 상황에 대한 교육도 받았기 때문에 각오는 하고 있었습니다. 설마 입사하자마자 이런 일이 생길 줄은 몰랐지만.
대단한 걸. 아무리 그래도 신입이.
당신들은 어디로 가던 중이셨습니까?
우린 승강길 찾고 있었어. 대충 이 방향인 것 같긴 한데 확신은 없어서 말이지.
승강기 제가 어디 있는지 알고 있어요. 같이 가도 될까요?
앞장서라.
Hello.
무전기에서 뭐라고 하는데 동료분들의 소리인가요?
The call's breaking up.
아무래도 무전기 전파 반경을 넘어가 버린 모양이야.
저도 동료들의 소식을 들을 수 있으면 좋으련만요.
동감입니다.
I really like Wayward Passenger. It's sort of looking like Warp Corp uniform. The two LCE researchers sighed anxiously as we hurried into the elevator's direction. Friends! New hires too. Wanna help out in this fight? Sora, maybe?
길이 같으니 거들어주지.
No, that's okay. Hit blunt. Just jump in. just take it. Actually, maybe we can use Brilliant Glory.
내 뒤.
That'll be my goal. Wow. I really do like the sound effect. The tire screech. They're sort of like cartoony tire screech. Wait. I don't think you can do that, so let's do that. This really would be autoable, win rateable.
내 뒤.
But I want to play. You know, speaking of Lunar, are there any Arknights, doctors in the audience? Lunar's in the yellow search shop. I have to ask. How highly is he recommended? Because as a baby Arknights player, there's still a lot of units I'd like. But I do have the yellow certs. No, that's fine. One of the best in his archetype. I know he's really good, but there's so many characters I want. I don't like to say the best, but it is. I know. I have to say, as a baby, also baby Arknight's doctor, I think getting Tragodia might have like broke my ability to properly solve maps. Broken is not a word I like to use in general. Like, the only character I would lightly use broken in Limbus is Malfaust because she sort of breaks the mechanic. She breaks your skills. But Tragodia, I understand why you would call him broken. When he just like completely breaks an entire mechanic. Infinite stall, infinite range. He is definitely carrying me. That and Exusii. So I have like the big damage dealer with Exusii, which is why I wasn't, or Exusii Alter, I guess I should say. Which is why I was a little unsure on Lunar. And I also have Silver Ash. Now we'll win rate.
내 뒤.
그렇게 서 있으면 목이 떨어질 수밖에.
At the end of the day, it all depends on the stage. Later stages have the gimmicky stuff that makes you think even they're strong
나를
units.
계속
That's good.
고용해라.
Okay, we have to let Ryoshu speak.
공원의 여러 협객 중 내가 별나게 보일 수 있겠지.
I mean, she has 2 slots.
하지만 그 후엔
That's fine.
흑수들보다도
Okay, down we
뛰어나다는
go.
걸 알게 될
Audience.
거다. 그때는
Oh, we're like going into
너와
the
나의
map.
목적이 이루어진 후다.
I definitely want to do, because it's been... Oh, this looks like ring stuff. I wanted to do it for a while. I don't know. I don't think I'll have to. Maybe in like a Mirror Dungeon stream, I want to just like sort of talk about Arknight's design a little bit. Just like not having played that much gacha. It's interesting because it is a bit older at this point. But it's interesting to see where it does really well. I'm interested in like it's also a very like story focused. I am really enjoying many of the stories, but like I don't know, I guess I would call it Limbus. Limbus is so character focused. In a way I would say like more laser focused on the characters, while like Arknight spreads like a much wider net with just the huge amount of world building. But I guess that's what you get in general with the kind of gacha, with like almost every unit is a new character. But it was interesting like trying out IS their roguelike mode versus what I think Mirror Dungeon was originally tended to be, like more roguelike focused, and it was with like the drafting, and now how that won't necessarily work since we've gotten rid of like lower starred units. Yeah, so there's topics I want to talk about at some point, but I think that should be relegated to like Mirror Dungeon or something, or its own like chatting stream. Oh, back here. The one other thing I wanted, let's see. I remember when we had to get tickets to get more IDs. I know, and Lobotomy Remnant Faust, I think, was like you always had to start with with at least like 2 or 3 2-stars, I think. So I was always using like Lobotomy Remnant Faust, Shidon, I think. 7 Ryoshu, just the better ones, the more consistent clashers. Okay, so we're still here. So yeah, I'm really interested in this whole idea because we're all seeing different sides of things. My memory blocked those memories. I definitely feel like Mirror Dungeon's reached its probably like most enjoyable state. They really refined it, and like the sort of drift away from like I guess pure roguelike thing has been at least like samples. Interesting. I really like where Mirror Dungeon is, so I always like, now I start to worry. I don't want things to be changed too much, because it's pretty smooth. It's just like a grinding mode. It does take a while. I've been doing, I mean, if you saw my battle pass, I was like in the 70s. I just do 1 a day, and I think that should get me the rest. The next thing, but I do quite like what I played of integrated. That is what IS is. Integrated strategy is, and the way it's sort of used for like world building and storytelling. And I was thinking we can't really have that same sort of, and like the way it does incentivize like building the lower rarity units. But I was like, but we just like sort of ruled out the lower rarity units, so we can't really do that same thing.
자, 부품은 이걸로 충분할 걸세.
무전기 소리가 점점 흐릿해지는군.
They look biological.
그럴 수밖에. 통신 범위가 점점 멀어지고 있으니까.
그리고 이 구역의 생존자들은 유감스럽게도 보이지 않는군.
그 역시도 그럴 수밖에. 시체의 형태만 봐도 알 수 있겠네.
Okay, if we get a CG, I'm gonna remember to especially look at Hohenheim.
지금 상황에서 저들을 도울 수 있는 수는 없을 것이라고 파우스트도 생각합니다.
All we need is a mirror that is like exactly the same, but Faust ended up on the side with Dante, and then another Faust who ended up on like the other team. And then we can communicate with those Fausts, and I think it would work out.
그렇겠지. 상심은 그대가 클 텐데 미안하네.
이제 통제실로 돌아가면 되겠네요.
What was that?
그래, 이 복도만 지나치면 되겠지.
Oh, is he just like pacing or looking for something?
조숙은 산만하게 돌아다니며 의아하다는 듯이 머리를 긁는 건 연구소에서 금지된 행동이라니.
덧붙이자면 그렇게 인상을 쓰고 고개를 기울이거나 화면을 보고 어? 라고 말하는 것도 금지되어 있답니다. 아니, 느낌이 안 좋아. 분위기도 쎄하고. 야, 그대로 멈춰. 밖으로 나가지 마. 뭔가 있어.
I want to hear that one again. Oh, cool background.
아니, 좀 더 혈관을 확장시켜서. 그래, 이래야 좀 더 낫겠네. 진짜네요. 이대로 곧바로 나갔다간 바로 마주쳤을 거예요.
이때까지 상황을 미뤄봤을 때 약지 측을 담당하는 인물이라 보는 편이 옳겠군요.
Just chilling there, menacingly.
아비, 카론을 납치한 놈처럼 어마무시하게 세다는 거네.
Do we get what school of art? Wasn't it like corporism? If you had to pick one figure to join for protection. Well, on the thumbnail, I'm Index, but that's more for aesthetic reasons. I feel like the middle is sort of the nicest way to go. I mean, I'm really passionate about art, but no member of the ring has made me feel like I would get along, or they would even respect my attitudes towards art.
자네들, 지난 모노리스 실험에서 나를 두들겨 팼을 때 보여준 그 기세는 어디로 갔나?
That was different. Don't you know that they don't have Dante?
아, 누가 들으면 오해할 소리를. 그때는 뒤틀림을 패는 거였고, 아니 패는 게 아니라, 아이씨 아무튼.
Do they even have? I guess they don't even have access to identities.
전시된 신체들이 남아있는 흔적을 봤을 때 저자와 맞붙어서 이길 가능성은 낮을 것입니다. 파우스트는 관리자 단테와 완전히 분리된 상황에서 승산 없는 전투를 벌이는 걸 권장하지 않습니다.
The ring art being so restricted is so irritating. I mean, I know it's the city, but I keep waiting to like have like an exploration of art that sort of goes beyond violence. Because I think discussions of art. I mean, you know, I love art history. Love art, love design, love game design, like everything. I want to see, like, even when they talk about pointillism, like, no, it's about light and optics, not just poking people full of holes. Didn't you read Chavrol?
인격을 사용할 수도 없는 상태이기 때문에 이 시점의 전투는 무의미한 소모전일 뿐일 터.
Uses of identity is not among our options.
적에 대한 정보조차 미비한 지금, 만에 하나 저희가 손쓸 수 없을 정도의 치명상을 입게 된다면
관리자 나리가 돌아왔을 때 차디차게 식어가는 싱클레어 군을 볼 수도 있다는 소리인 건가?
차디찬 돈키호테 씨도 함께일 수 있는 거고요.
팀장님, 저자가 이쪽 복도를 계속 상주하면
곤란하군. 통제실에 가려면 마주칠 확률이 높겠어.
너 그 망가진 설비인가 뭔가 고치는데 얼마나 걸리냐?
이 공격은 사보타주에 가까우니 평범한 고장 수리 같은 게 아니라 하나씩 풀어내며 고쳐야 할 걸세. 파손 정도를 눈으로 보기 전까지 확답할 수는 없네만 손상이 적더라도 빨리 마무리되진 않겠지. 진짜. 마튼, 표준 모형을 따르지 않는 에너지 분배기는 유지 보수가 어렵다고 내가 몇 번을 말하지 않았나?
연구소의 이 구역 설계는 팀장님이 짜셨어요.
보고서 마감 기한이 일주일가량 남았을 때였나 보군. 아마도 주어진 시간 안에 할 수 있는 최선이었을 걸세.
시간을 끌거나 유인할 방법 없을까요?
I'm easy. Any joke about like research or deadlines? Will get a giggle out of me.
대여섯 가지 정도의 방법이 떠오르는군. 그중 하나를 제안하자면 저자의 신발을 벗기는 거라네.
뭐? 너 그때 그 난리를 겪었으면서 그런 말이 나오냐?
너희는 인격을 사용하지 못하고 지금 내가 착용한 에고 장비로도 약지의 마에스트로로 추정되는 저자를 제압하거나 죽일 다른 방도가 없지 않나.
I like he sort of brings it up as like, I guess supposedly someone else could wear it.
필요하다면 본인이
Oh,
내가 나서겠네.
it sounds like she like dropped the voice there a little bit. I mean, like the language. But you know why we can't do that.
돈키호테 씨?
난 반대다. 지금보다 더한 상황도 있었어. 그때마다 그 냄새나는 신발 벗길 생각을 안 한 건 아니지만 그러면 안 되는 거잖냐.
누누이 말했지만 로신한테는 자체적인 청결 유지를 위한 세척 기능이 상시 발동하고 있다고. 아니 이런 건 자체하고
Self-cleaning function.
활기로서의 힘에 의지하는 건 내키지 않지만 어쩔 수 없지 않겠는가. 그리고 믿고 있다네. 그대들이 다시 나를 되돌려줄 것이라는 걸.
파우스트 역시 히스클리프 씨의 의견에 동의합니다. 돈키호테 씨가 신발을 벗는 계획은 기각하죠. 여러 이유가 있지만 무엇보다도 돈키호테 씨는 로신한테에서 내려서는 안 됩니다.
그걸로는 불가능하다고 생각하는 건가? 검진 결과 저자가 보인 전투 수행 능력을 생각하면
아니요. 돈키호테 씨가 신발을 벗고 지금의 사태를 해결하는 것은 허황된 이야기가 아닙니다.
However,
하지만 그 흐름은
sorry.
단테 씨가 가려는 황금가지를 되찾는 여정에서 멀어지는 선택이고, 설령 신발을 벗더라도 그 선택은 관리자에 의해 이루어져야 합니다.
Huh. Interesting wording there. I mean, just in the fact that it is a possibility.
잠시만요. 너무 급해요. 좀 더 설명을 해주셔야.
단적인 예를 들자면 제어되지 않은 돈키호테 씨가 충동을 이기지 못하고 무차별적으로 권속을 만들고 피주머니를 늘린 경우, 관리자님이 시계를 몇 번이고 되감아 주셔도 지금의 돈키호테시로 돌아올 수 없을 가능성이 있습니다. 수감자가 관리자의 능력으로도 복구되지 않는다는 것은, 즉 이번 세계에서의 황금가지를 모으지 못하고 실패하는 것과 다름없다는 것. 그것은 제가 증명해내지 못하는 일이 되며 결과적으로
If a sinner cannot be restored by the manager's power, it is effectively tantamount to failing to retrieve the golden bough in this world. Fail state. Completely failing the entire timeline. Oh, what's that? What's that game? I don't know what it is, but there's a... There's a... Oh, in this world, indeed. I'm trying to remember the wording, but there's a game where I've only seen like the screenshot of like the thread of fate has been severed and this timeline's doomed kind of thing. I'm reminded of that specifically. Is it from like an Oblivion or something?
알겠네. 기각. 이해했네. 다음 안으로 넘어가지.
Elder Scrolls, yeah. Morrowind. It's one of those. I feel like I looked it up at some point. Morrowind. What's the actual wording? It always stuck with me, even if I don't know the context. If I don't know the context, the way that like phrase is written always really stuck with me.
괜찮은 겐가? 저자를 이길 마땅한 방법이 없는 상황에서.
I mean, maybe we're not part of the plan. We walk right by.
상황을 타개하기 위한 내연일 뿐이었지. 애초에 통제되지 않은 환경에서 확률노름을 하는 건 발갑지도 않았다네.
Ah, yes, thank you. Major ribcage third. With this character's death, the thread of prophecy is severed. Restore a save game to restore the weave of fate, or persist in the doom world you have created. I love that. Yeah, like even not having the context for me or like having played that game, it's such an evocative piece of writing.
뭘 하든 빨리빨리 해. 저 뾰족구도 잠깐 사라지긴 했는데.
Do stealth.
비아는 내가 잠깐 시간을 끄는 동안 자네들이 마튼을 도와 설비 수리를 마치는 걸세.
Gonna say Heath and Dawn, the stealthiest of sinners. Hohenheim. What are you suggesting?
이 충격진의 에고 장비의 감흥도를 끌어올리면 심장이 멈춰도 한동안은 움직일 수 있지.
Yeah. I mean, it is the survival E.G.O, but
전투를 몇 번 치러서 상태가 좋은 건 아니지만 운이 좋다면 고압 전류로 기절시키는 것도 노려볼 수 있지 않겠나.
살면서 싸움 한 번에 해봤을까 싶은 놈이 무슨.
에고 장비를 입은 자와 싸워본 적이 있지 않나? 전투 경험이 적었어도 이 장비를 입으면
you're pretty cool.
됐어. 그냥 우리가 시간을 끈다.
What level of agent do you think you'd have to be to wear shock centipede?
죽더라도 시계가 여길 봐줄 테니까 그럼 살아나겠지.
저 작품이라고 불리는 모습처럼 되어도 돌아올 수 있겠죠?
네. 물론 그 과정에서 동반될 당사자와 단테 씨의 고통은 평소를 아득히 뛰어넘은 정도일 테니 그렇게 되지 않는 편이 좋겠지만요.
자네들 내가 장비만 제대로 갖춰 입으면 어떤 화력이 나오는지를 모르나 본데 모르는 채로 두는 편이 나을 수도 있겠군.
너도 따라올 거냐? 저거 같이 안 고치고?
누가 설계했는지 모르겠지만 이런 엉성한 전기 설비를 수리하는 것에 천재인 제가 나서는 건 낭비일 테죠.
그렇다는군. 첨언하자면 엉성한 게 아니라 주어진 시간 내 최선의 설계였다네. 그러니까 그때는 최고의 설계였다는 것이지. 부탁하겠네. 지난번처럼 무사하길 거둬야지.
Let's meet again.
싱클레어군 괜찮은 겐가?
영 안 될 것 같으면 일단 우리가 먼저 시간 끌 테니까.
아니요. 언제까지 가야 할 곳도 모른 채 방황만.
Yeah. Oh. Hello.
역시 미친. 미학의 극치를 쌓은 전시장은 따로 초대장을 뿌리지 않아도 자연스럽게 관객들이 몰려오는 법이죠.
야, 고작 이딴 거나 보려고 우리가 온 거라고 생각하냐? 내가 뭐 이런 거 보는 눈은 없지만 태어나서 본 전시 중 제일 최악이야.
그렇다면 어리석고 어리신 우리 관객들께 제가 직접 큐레이팅을 해드려야겠군요. 요시히데에게 알려주었던 것처럼 키치부터 아방가르드까지 보깃덩이마다 예술 서조를 새겨 직접 마에스트로가 해설하는 전시회라니 영광으로 여기셔도 좋겠죠.
I am interested. Me, personally. Wonder what that movement was meant to signify, going into first person. Like, we're looking between them, but there's the, audience. Do we have a hide and seek? We're jumping from this one here. Oh wait, hi Kira. Just before I finish, the person, I think it was who voiced Lucio in the first part, post on Twitter. Also voiced Bumble. I mean, it's always fun to see who voices who, but that was a particular contrast. Bumble from Time Killing Time. Hi Kira, who's gonna get your ID? Yes, I retweeted a sprite that was Ishmael as Kira. What? Well, please don't die or kill us. I mean, doesn't matter. We'll probably get the ID. Oh, I want to see what you've got going on. I definitely want to see... I haven't, like, super gone into NV teams. I mean, I didn't even... Shard, Middle, Sinclair. It feels much more like... require, like, something much more specific to play, like, a mono-sin team. So I'd like to see it sort of... I want to see how they develop that, because it hasn't, like, super appealed to me in the same way that, like one of the main status, like, trying to build around a status effect. NVR's team is very fun. Does it work? Does it work even in focused fights? Because I wondered how much you'd be, like, losing off of not having, like, the huge chains. Let's see what Kira brings.
아 진짜 치사하게 이럴래? 우리 아빠가 집회 끝내고 올 때 맞춰서 나도 같이 끝내고 싶었단 말이야.
When Papa finished his executions.
그리고 나 밧줄 오랜만에 해서 재밌긴 했는데 슬슬 질려.
따라붙은 아비라는 자는 어떻게 따돌린 것 같긴 한데 저자가 혼자 여기까지 쫓아온 것 같네요. 아까 작전 회의 때 말해주신 그 공방 때 에고는 아직인가요?
Not ready yet. Oh, I'd love to see Moses in action.
시간이 걸리는군.
그래서 우리가 시간을 좀 벌긴 해야 하는 거지. 아까 보여준 내 공방무기 콜렉션 어때? 큰맘 먹고 빌려줄 테니까 그걸로 좀 싸워보면 어때?
I would love to see Ezra in action. Oh, imagine if we could just play as like the two of them.
그런 다루기 어려운 종류들만 마련한 것도 능력이라면 능력이더군. 수집적인 측면에서는 대단하단 말할 수는 있어도 그 공방 무기들은 제대로 다루기를 기대하는 것보단 주먹다짐하는 게 더 효율이 나을 정도다.
나도 오늘 이런 난장판이 날 줄 알았겠냐고. AC 팀도 만난다니까 좀 자랑 좀 하겠다고. 특이하고 구하기 어려운 것만 잔뜩 가져왔는데.
They're babies. Oh, Hindu. I think you. You don't look so good.
저 검은 어떤 검인가?
응? 저거? 저건 메스틸 공방에서 만든 브로드소드인데?
Broadsword.
써본 적 있어?
Wes was worried.
아니, 공방의 물건을 가져 쓰기엔 그리 녹록지 않았던지라. 단순히 방금의 공방에서 한도가 부서져 대체할 것이 필요할 뿐이오.
빌려주는 건 괜찮은데 저거 다루기 쉽진 않을 거야. 메스틸 공방이란 곳은 말이지. 알라스 공방이랑
Let's workshop.
알고 있어. 귀하가 종종 말하지 않았는가? 날개가 돋친 듯 무기가 빠르게 움직여 멋대로 무기에 끌려다니는 일이 많다고. 괜찮소. 쾌검에는 제법 자신이 있으니. 설령 두 팔이 뜯겨나가는 한이 있더라도 살수는 칼을 쥐어야만 하는 법이오.
알았어.
I would also like some Hindu redemption.
전력 보충이라고 하기도 좀 그렇네요. 이 정도면.
단테님은 없지만 저희도 직접 나서는 건 어떨까요?
관리자님과 함께한 덕에 신체 능력은 점차 돌아오고 있지만 기량만큼은 완전히 돌아오질 않더군.
맞다. 황금가지 쪽은 아직이래?
답신이 없군, 젠장. 영 믿음직스럽지 못한 자들을 관리자님께 맡기다 보니 결국 우려했던 일이.
뭐 그냥 무전이 잘 안 되는 걸 수도 있잖아. 너무 그러지 마.
Take it easy.
유치한 거 어울려주는 것도 진리네. 멋대로 술래나 시키고 말이야. 이거 너희가 날 더 괴롭히고 있는 거야, 알아? 딱 10초만 세줄게. 알았지? 150 찾는다?
이제 어떡하지?
아까처럼 뒤틀림이나 환상체에게 유인하는 방법이 제일 낫지 않겠어요? 실제로 아비의 발까지 묶을 정도였으니까.
Yeah, what else? What would work? A few hours ago. Oh, wow. You're purple.
이건
Wow. You have like a cleft chin. I was missing your theme track when you saw you on the screen.
아빠! 아직 다 끝난 거 아니었어? 날 위해 남겨둔 거야? 어라? 저건 아까 아빠가 다 박살낸 애들인데? 아! 혹시 각성 같은 건가? TV에서 본 적 있어! 죽음에서 돌아온 전사들 3편에서!
Possible Comeback 3 Epic Return from Death.
그런 거면 뭐 한 방에
신경증, 히스테리. 뒤틀린 고통은 전개의 형상으로 나타나곤 하지. 벼락인간. 시간을 끌어주기엔 충분한 패라 생각했는데.
Human Thunderbolt.
시체들이 저절로 움직이는 게 아니군. 딸내미, 저거 보이나?
What fun.
어떤 거? 안 보이는데.
그래, 안 보여? 아이고, 우리 요시대 따라가려면 더 노력해야겠구만.
Look how big his mouth is.
눈 크게 뜨고 잘 봐봐. 보랏빛으로 번쩍번쩍하는 거. 저놈이 움직이면서 시체에 전기를 흘려넣고 있잖아.
Like dreaming electric sheep.
보이는 대로 짐승 같은 감각이군.
모제스 씨, 테러 확보 끝났어요.
그러면
팀장님!
꼬질꼬질하게 입고 다니는 녀석치곤 센스가 좋은데 이걸 막네.
미리 형세를 살피고 있기를 잘했네. 여파가 강했는데 아쉽게서는 괜찮으신가?
덕분에 무사하군. 부축할 테니 지혈을 멈추지 말도록.
속히 후퇴하지.
야! 너희 어디가?
Human Thunderbolt. But where's Marksman in the Mist?
이것들은 아직도 들러붙네. 저 빠직거리는 놈부터 잡아 죽여야 끝나겠는데. 딸! 먼저 쫓아가도 돼!
아싸, 진짜지? 내가 먼저 처리해도 괜찮은 거지?
아이 그럼 아빠는 이거 좀 치우고 가야 해. 어디 보자. 딸냄 손 다쳤으니 장부기 중에서 거미집 특별조항 1조 12항 전체를 적용하고.
Yeah, I underline, reiterate my answer. I'm me with the middle. I don't think that would be an unpopular answer.
뭐냐 너희? 그때 헤어 쿠폰 훔친 놈의 일당이었냐? 아, 그것 때문에 리카르도 녀석이 한동안 어떤 머리꼴을 하고 다녔을지 상상만 해도 가슴이 미어졌는데.
Oh, bless.
식구끼리 원한도 갚아줄 겸 딸냄 손에 상처난 거 벌도 줄 겸 즉결 처형이다.
Back to the present.
이곳까지 후퇴하면서 보았던 격리 해제된 것들, 그리고 여기저기 남아있던 탈출한 것들의 흔적들을 생각했을 때 아니,
But
지금 이 수단을 가릴 처지는 아니야.
excuse me, Moses. Glad the music's sticking.
더 남을 수가 있나? 환상체에 대한 정보보다는 직접 해결해왔던, 그리고 직접 LC에 전달했던 뒤틀림을 이어갈 수 있었다면 좋았겠지만 이곳에는 그것들이 없으니.
Marksman in the Mist. I forgot there really is an opportunity. The marksman could be here.
그렇다면 남은 한 가지 선택지로 구상할 수 있는 작전은 이것뿐이다. 공허한 손짓, 향수와 올가면, 그리고 흡수.
설마.
그래, 새하얀 몸을 새빨갛게 물들 때까지 덩굴을 놓치지 않을 그 환상체.
Ah,
먹으면 목화를 조우시킨다.
but they get bonuses based on bleed. Remember when, since we're talking about the old days of Mirror Dungeon, remember when we couldn't shock Centipede? I guess we might as well get this one over with. Remember when you couldn't reject Gossipium and it was like the worst event? But then you were stuck with it? So who do we actually... Are we still with this team? Any reason to do something different? A run ender? I guess we'll... Yeah, not a fight I love, but... Might as well... Might do this one and then I'll... We'll do this one and see what's next.
입증을 알리는 음악 소리가 들린다.
저건
An abnormality. Shock centipede, was it?
기존에 던전과 굴절 철도에서 자주 목격한 개체입니다, 관리자님.
Which means we already know how to defeat it.
저것의 대응 방식은 비슷할지 모르나 방심을 해서는 안 돼요, 단테. 이 부서의 상태가 정상이 아닌 상황에서 클리포트 억제력이 정상적으로 기능하지 않을 가능성이 있으니
주위에서 싸워야겠지. 알았다고. 소라씨, 라비씨는 내 뒤로. 알겠지?
Yeah, don't go ahead of us. Although I'd like to see you fight. Okay, let's take a read. We don't know what's changed. And observation logs. Defense. Coil up. The head part gains shield by its current HP. The head part has shield to gain 10 self-charge. Electric current seemed to flow around its body. After the unit faces death, as long as it has self-charge, its HP is fixed as 1 until it is fully consumed. Yeah, this is not... Actually, this is where I think you'd do like... You'd hope for like a good sinking deluge in... when it was in Refraction Railway. Undying Persistence. Every 5 turns, gain shield equal to the head's HP. Better struck that. New logs. I really love reading them like this. When the work result was bad, a significant increase in enkephalin generated was observed. When the work result was good, employees who had completed the managerial work experienced an overall increase of their reaction speed. If there are no notable issues present, managerial work should be oriented to options that yield greater energy. Martin. Wrote to Martin. Hohenheim, Chief Researcher. No issues requiring special precautions have been observed yet, boss. There is a notable detail regarding combat experiment results. The higher the internal charge level, the more sharply the overall combat-related metrics increased for this abnormality. In such a case, it is advised to evade guard or at least assess the situation before launching a counterattack. Okay. Yeah, the LobCorp best story logs, they... Do we know anything? I don't... They do just make me really want like LobCorp 2 or like some variation of playing it again. I guess people are modding all of these in, so there's always that. Oh yes, I know this. playing Ticia. Take a look-see. Electric load. Gain 1 self-charge. At 5 plus self-charge. Coin power plus 1. Target is paralyzed. Deal plus 3% damage. Class lose. Lose the self-charge. Bleed and paralyze. Electric release. Gain 1 self-charge. At 5 plus self-charge. Gain coin power plus 1. Target as paralyzed. Deal 3% damage. Charge. Bleed, bleed, paralyze. Okay, high voltage electric discharge. At more than 7 self-charge. Deal 10% damage for every excess self-charge. On use, lose all self-charge on self. If this unit lost 10 plus self-charge, gain class power plus 5. Clash lose. Okay, still clash lose though. This attack deals 0 damage. That's clash power for this skill. On hit, without cracking, inflict 2 fragile on the main target. Inflict 1 capacitor. Seems to be storing electricity in its body. Inflict 3 paralyze on the main target. This without cracking. On hit, if target has capacitor, deal 40% of the final damage dealt as fixed damage. I don't know what that means. It does feel like you should have I don't know what that means in terms of this attack skill does 0 damage. That also applies to the 40%. And we have actual weaknesses. Anyway, let's just control. Work on our sanity. What's our best? Well, let's find out. It's only the first. Favored. The roll. That's fairly. Well, clash lose. What about your favorite here? Let's swap these around.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
Ouch. Oh. Well, let's see.
전탄격발.
Now we have capacitor. Now we have a bunch of these. Clash lose, just a bunch of clash lose. Okay, body's weak to pierce. Ryoshu, you'll probably want to take. I think you have to, actually. Have to take one of these at least.
받아볼 텐가.
답봉창.
You fire fist?
회풍.
Okay, part broken on the head. Electric discharge. I don't think think any of you have evades even. Clashable Guard though. Combat start, gain 1 self-charge. If target had paralyzed, deal 30% damage on hit, How do we feel about doing that? Is there anything? We still have some... One sec. We have 6 self-charge. It's not that high. Gotta do it. Get it going.
받아볼 텐가.
회풍.
눈부시지 않도록 두려워하지 마.
Work on the... You really need some sanity. How do you feel about clashing with these? What would we need if we wanted to get... Okay, Pride, Wrath.
언제까지 버티는 거자고.
내 뒤.
Burn is building up. Okay, 5. Maybe we'll get this back. I think we can do that. On use a 5+ self-charge. And Gregor can do both of those. But can we... We all still have capacitor. Where are you? 30. Try power countering. Let's risk it. Maybe not, actually. Be safe. I suppose... I wanted this sanity, but I suppose...
기껏. 내 뒤.
I really want to try out the Dawn ID, but given everything about it, I think I want to save. I don't want to try it till after we do the finish part 2, for instance. Okay. Now we read. Wriggling head. I love the highlight. Paralyzes target with least HP. If target is paralyzed, deal plus 50% damage. If target uses a defense skill, deal minus 100% damage. base power for every 1 self-charge. Lose 1 self-charge. After attack, if it was an unopposed attack, lose 1 self-charge. If target attacked by the skill, use defense skill, lose 1 more self-charge. Inflict 3 bleed, inflict 3 paralyze. Upon death, all skills are cancelled this turn. Gain 10 self-charge when the above effect activates. I want to save that for a moment. We have to... G55. Who are these going to? Oh, they're both... Okay, so we'll do... And then...
화격검.
Oh, that makes me nervous, but just seeing it go off anyway. How much time do you have left? I was gonna see what the... Here we go. I was gonna see what the next turn is. I mean, I guess Burn will just be doing everything here. And then I might finish up just because I'm tired, but if there's a good place that you think is like a better place to leave off. You're probably okay. That was my feeling. I feel... Even with just these 4, we're doing pretty well for the burn. Has there been like a patch note or anything about whatever's going on in the gallery? Look at her go. After being shock centipede, it is okay. Yeah, this is where I felt like I've had a long day. I like the theater thing. It scares me.
나를 계속 고용해라.
Okay, shock cent.
공원의 여러 협객 중 내가 별나게 보일 수 있겠지. 하지만 그 후엔 흑수들보다도 뛰어나다는 걸 알게 될 거다.
Interesting.
그때는 너와 나의 목적이 이루어진 후다.
Shock centipede too. Guess if there can be 2 Schadenfreudes, there can be 2 shock centipedes. Okay, yeah, so I can't say there's been... I don't like the mannequins. I don't either. They're making, whichever Luxcavation has them. Shock centipede too. Shock centipede. Yeah, don't worry, E.B. I'm finishing up as well. Just thinking if there's anything I want to say besides definitely interesting things going on. I don't know totally where it's all heading, but I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. But I'll be better tomorrow. I'm just a bit... I've had a very long day today, but I think I haven't had the most. You can take a peek to not get your heads up, it's okay. So I'll set up the frame. I'll set up the frame just as soon as I finish. I wonder what There isn't even much to make of like a thumbnail here. Maybe, maybe it's. They don't like spoilery thumbnails. I feel like I have a okay balance of saying what it is without spoiling from a distance. Okay, Sana, just thank you. Hi, hello to your work. I'm just finishing up, but so put the frame up. I can't stream super early just because I've got stuff going on. But I hope everybody's enjoying it, and I will. Shock centipede and thumbnail. I guess I'll just be a background. I've done that before. I felt the shock centipede. I guess I can convert these now. Probably the safest. I don't know. Would people consider that spoilery? I'm not sure. But I hope everybody's doing well, and I will see you tomorrow. All right. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.